Oh, dude, I feel so bad for Magma Magic. Oh no. I overslept by like 4 hours, so he probably was waiting for a little while. Sorry, Magma. FK virus shit? What the hell is that? What? Am I retarded? Oh. Alright, cool. Let me just boot it up. All systems go. Oh my god, Magma, you're still awake? Dude, I genuinely thought you went to bed, because I went to bed. I tried to wake up at 8:30, and then I was like, I went to bed at 5, because me and my friend I was helping my friend accompany him while he built Skirk. I was like, okay. And then, yeah. It's 10 p.m. I heard the quest will only last around 2 to 3 hours. So if I'm not yapping like the person that I am, we should be done. So I won't keep you any longer. Since majority of things are voiced outside of the traveler, I think I'm going to play it in English. So let's do it. Should be fun. All right. Story quests. Whisper betwixt stars and night. Crystalina chapter act 1. Okay. Alright. You usually stay up past midnight? Jesus. Look for Baiju at Boo Boo Pharmacy. Oh, so that's where we hear the new kuching. I think. The way I rushed you to refresh the page when I saw the notification for you going live, I'm flattered. Don't fuck up your own health just for the sake of me, though.
All set, bro.
Ooh, since we are playing... Alright. Let's go back in time. I'm also going to... I cleared 3 full units of my islands of the Inoculate. Oh my god. Man is gaming. They say I passed midnight? No, I understand, but like... my mushrooms are not that amazing. I'm gonna go back even further in time to version 1.0. I'm gonna use Noel, and since I didn't have Diluc, I have Shangling, I think. Let me see.
As you wish.
So this is genuinely free to play. All right.
Oh. Baiju wasn't in his shop.
Oh, you're looking for Dr. Baiju. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
Ah, okay. Thanks. We'll head on through.
Okay. Ah, fuck. She's not voiced. Whoops. I didn't know that. Also, fun fact. For Changsheng, at least for the for the Chinese voiceover. Dory and Mualani share the same VA, and I think so does Changsheng. So that's pretty cool. Boop, 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 boop. It's better than watching the same videos over and over again on YouTube. The amount of times I got on the same old videos. On the homepage? Alright. Gotcha. Okay. Let me see if I can... Looks like we have a special guest!
Traveler, Paimon, welcome. What can I do for you?
It's the Traveler. She looks absolutely beat these days. She has these huge dark circles around her eyes, like she hasn't slept a wink. And she keeps spacing out. You have to call her name several times before she snaps out of it. What do you think it is? Is she sick?
Alright, I'm not gonna do that voice again. Oh, is Lynette prone to sickness? I find this surprising. I guess I could be.
Very peculiar. In all the time we've been acquainted, this is the first time you've come to me with a health complaint. Come, let me take a look at you.
I'm just pulling like 5 all-nighters, dude. Let me sleep.
Okay. Paimon does not like that expression, Baiju. It's not serious, is it?
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady, pulse is strong. Physically, you appear to be in good condition, Traveler. In theory, your energy level should reflect that. You should be feeling right as rain.
And yet I do feel like something is off.
Hence my concern. A clean bill of health is usually a good thing, but in this case, it likely means your situation is more complicated. Physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used to diagnose, medicate, and cure the condition. But afflictions of a non-physical nature, they fall outside a doctor's realm of expertise.
Huh? What do you mean, non-physical nature?
Curses, dark magic, it's hard to say. It could just as easily be a simple case of mental fatigue. Why don't you rest here for a bit? Whatever it is we're dealing with, clues to your condition are sure to reveal themselves in time. Once we know the root cause, we can administer the right treatment.
I've seen my fair share of mental afflictions, and to start with, some calming incense, a good night's sleep, and a good meal will do you a world of good.
In the meantime, Changsheng and I will review the relevant literature for afflictions that present with mental fatigue.
Still, we're not experts on this kind of thing. I say we should strongly consider calling in a specialist as soon as possible.
Oh, must be a rare condition if not even Baiju and Changsheng have seen it before.
Right now, on level 8 for Inazuma statue, so I'm using the interactive map to find the rest I need. Oh man, that takes me back. I haven't done that shit in so long. I remember when I used to no life the hell out of Inazuma and even Samira. That was a fun time.
Well, all we can do is take their advice. You look like you're about to collapse anyway.
So this quest just randomly starts with me being tired. Like, there was no preliminary, like, dialogue or anything. I feel like if I accept the quest, Paimon will be like, hey, you look really bad. Are you feeling okay? And, like, your stamina bar, like, half depletes. And then, like, they'll be like, we need to go take a look at Dr. Baizu's office. But we just walked in and we're just like, hey, dude, I'm sick. Lol.
Just get some rest. Paimon will be right here by your side. Fingers crossed you'll be all better when you wake up.
Whispers betwixt stars and night. Okay. I should probably change the title then. Let me change the title. Whispers betwixt stars and night. Skirks, and then I'm just gonna put like story quest. There we go. All right, well, I'm going to bed. I'm pretty sure the MC heard. Oh. I'm pretty sure MC heard Paimon, aka hearing things, so they headed over. There's a thing that says listen to Paimon's voice for you sometime when you start the quest. Why didn't that pop up for me? It literally just told me to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Unless if I skipped it somehow? Let me see. So I'm looking back at the VOD. No. Yeah, so if you rewind back to like around the minus 829 mark, I literally start the quest and I stand next to the statue for like 4 seconds. And then nothing happens. Because I don't accept the quest until I start the stream. Alright, well, I guess that's a bug. There's a thick fog covering my field of vision. Where am I? This feels more real than a dream, but it's too chilling to be real life. My breath freezes in my throat before I can even exhale it. It feels like my soul has been wrenched from my body and thrust into this strange and unfamiliar place. Whichever direction I look in, there's no end in sight, and worse than that, I think there's something in the fog, following me like a shadow. If this is a dream, how long will I wake up? And if it's not, well then, where the fuck am I? Oh! Fuck. Something just pierced through the fog and stabbed me in the butt, but there's no blood. There's a strange light coming from the wound. I see this familiar-looking spike retreating back into the darkness. Deep inside, it feels like a part of me is missing, and now another wave of fatigue is washing over me. Do I need a dodge?
Traveler! Traveler! Rise and shine! Time to wake up! For once, you're making Paimon look like an early riser. It's already afternoon. Hopefully all that sleep did you some good. Feeling any better?
Hey, Paimon, I need you to check if there's a cut on my back.
A cut? What? Did you scratch yourself in your sleep? Alright, let Paimon take a look. Nope, nothing there. Wait, did you have a nightmare? Okay, don't panic. Paimon heard that dreams tell us what we need by showing us the opposite. So, if you had a nightmare, maybe all you need is something to cheer you up. Come on, Paimon will treat you to something yummy.
Oh god. I'm not gonna go on too much of a tangent, but Paimon sounds a little worse than she did in the Archon quest. You and Paimon head to Wanmin restaurant, and sensing that something isn't right, she orders a bunch of dishes to cheer you up.
What? So, in this dream, you were trapped in a weird place with thick fog everywhere, and then a spike came out of nowhere and stabbed you in the back? Oh. Okay, well, that's a new one. Are you sure it was a dream? Because from the way you describe it, it sounds like you were really there.
Oh, it switches at the thing before giving me the thing to head over. My headset died during that stuff. I don't have for the audio. I'll send you a link to show you. I'm that crazy. I don't think you're crazy at all, because most of the time, it does do that when you accept the quest, and it gives some dialogue. I was actually kind of weirded out that they didn't give you actually any dialogue, for me at least. So I think it actually did just bug out. So, yeah. Alright, give me a sec. I won't waste your time with this one. Let me see if I can. Alright. Okay. Just gonna. Okay. So it's supposed to look like this. Accepting the quest. Listen to Paimon's advice. Magma. Jeez, you like Space Out City over there. What's up with you today? Why does Paimon's voice so sound away? You feeling alright? We've been traveling all over this, so we're coming down for something, that's it. We're going to get Dubaizu to check you over. Huh. So I think maybe because I enabled the experienced mode, maybe it fucked it up. That's really weird if that's the case. Cause I feel like I shouldn't have done that. Maybe it's a bug.
But then again, you woke up right where you went to bed. And you were definitely in a deep sleep this morning.
Well, I don't know what to make of it, dude.
Then it's decided. Paimon will stay up and watch over you tonight. If anyone tries to mess with you, Paimon will beat him up.
Yeah, most likely. I want to submit a bug report, but I don't know. At least I'm here to help you out in a way. Some context clues. Yeah, saving my opinion of the quest.
Or, wake you up first, and then we can beat him up together.
Paimon's smile has a way of putting me at ease. But what I saw is still bothering me, though. That dream is so chilling, and it almost feels like there's something watching me from the corner of the world even now. Something stabbed me in my dream, but when I woke up there was no wound. Still, if I focus on the area, I feel a vague aching, almost as if deep underneath the flesh something is...
Something is missing?
Did you just say something?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that too?
The flesh remains whole, but the soul is incomplete. Left unresolved, the mind will wither away along with it.
Ah! What the... Wait! Paimon remembers you! Your child's master!
Skirk! Skirk.
Right! What are you doing here? The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? But then we left and never learned where you went after that.
It's like the joke came from someone accidentally typing and pressing O instead of the I on your keyboard.
Child's been looking everywhere for you, by the way. What brings you to Wanmin Restaurant of all places? You came here looking for us? And were you the one behind that hocus pocus just now?
Hocus pocus.
Tell me, what is it that you saw? Tight-lipped, huh? I suppose that's fair. You. I'll take a glass of wine.
You. Hey, don't talk to Xiaoling's dad like that. He's a special NPC.
Hmm? Oh, of course. Coming right up. We make this one in-house. It's not too strong. Enjoy.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled tiger fish over here.
Coming right up. Ah, if I knew we'd be this busy, I wouldn't have approved Shenhe's vacation.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. Trust me or not, the choice is yours. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. You have until I finish my drink.
And then you'll be too drunk and I gotta carry you home. What do you know about the situation, huh?
I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to notice you. Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal corrosion. Need I say more?
Neither of those things sound good.
Skirk seems to know something, and given what I've seen of her strength, I could bet she can tell what happened to me in my dreams. I don't know what her goal is, but in this moment at least, I don't think she has bad intentions. Cool. Tell me more, woman.
Well, should we trust her?
What do you think, Paimon?
She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Maybe that has something to do with what's going on with you. But we could always find a different expert on the abyss to help us out.
Not on short notice, at least.
Yeah, and that thing she said about your soul being damaged is scaring, Paimon. Definitely something we should fix sooner rather than later. Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what Child's told us, she doesn't seem evil, at least.
I think she's done. I'm fucked.
1, 2, 7, 10. That'll do.
You doing math?
Well, have you made up your mind?
What I saw was a dark space surrounding the dense fog that won't disperse. You give Skirk a brief description of your dream.
So that's all we know, Miss Skirk. Ma'am,
Ma'am?
can you help us?
So, you couldn't disperse the fog. I understand. Come find me in the Guili Plains when you're done here. Oh, and I left cash for the drink on the table. Settle the bill for me, will you?
Oh, okay. Huh? She disappeared!
Well, no shit, she can disappear. You and Paimon quickly finish your meal and go settle the bill.
Wait, hold on. You overpaid. Here's your change.
Oh, no. This includes the drink, so it should be the right amount.
I didn't think you two ordered a drink.
But I had a friend.
We didn't. It was that lady who came and sat with us, remember? You brought it out to her yourself.
You sure? I could have sworn there were only 2 of you at that table.
What? Alright, shit just got interesting. Very cool. That was... Alright.
What?
What'd you put in their dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom? You got them seeing things.
Seeing things? Wait, so neither of you noticed her? Young lady? About this tall? Wearing a purple dress? She ordered a glass of wine!
Oh, now you mention it, that vaguely rings a bell. And it looks like I did open the wine jar, so it must have just slipped my mind. In any case, that settles your bill. Come again soon.
Chef Mao, check please.
Coming!
There's a weird delay. She's not remembered by this world.
Okay, what was going on there? It's like they didn't remember Skirk being there at all. Even Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the whole thing. But that Mora she left for us was definitely real. Oh, this whole situation is giving Paimon the creeps. But anyway, she told us to head to the Guili Plains, right? Let's not keep her waiting.
Also, I swear I'm not tripping, but like they directed Herta in this quest to sound higher pitched. And I really don't like that. Oh, sorry. Oh, Kirara's here. Oh, I need to do my anecdotes. That's cool. I'll probably do them all, like, and record it all in once. Kirara and Xiangling are here, just, like, doing stuff. That's cool. Kirara's just looking at nothing, though. Okay, so I'll just look around then. Because I'm pretty sure everyone's just kind of somewhere. Oh, anyway. Alright, we're going to the Guili Plains. Oh.
Whoa, what are all these rift hounds doing here? Huh. Looks like they're collecting something. Oh, let's go check it out.
Alright, time to beat the shit out of these people.
No one escapes my... I must leave no... As a good knight should.
Cool.
So, this is what they were collecting. It looks kind of like...
God remains?
Yeah. What is going on here?
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body is sundered and their soul extinguished, their influence remains. Gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods who fell thousands of years ago remain buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark curse. Together, these remnants form what you call God remains, and it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces left, but they're fading fast.
Paimon's is copying a feel, dude.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Just wanted to make sure you were, real?
Paimon's just like, ooh, just gonna slip my hand into your arm right there.
She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
After you left the restaurant, the other diners acted like you were never there.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? Strange set of priorities.
Hey. Listen, man. I'm just worried about you. Even though we just met, you don't seem evil, so I have a reason to care for your well-being, or at least understand what's going on with you. Alright? Hey, just shh. Let me care about you.
It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Simple as that. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it. Now, can we please get back on track?
So
Okay. Where were we? Right. The God remains. So, basically, there's now less of them here than there used to be, right? Isn't that a good thing? In our experience, God remains are 100% bad news. A lot of terrible things have happened because of them.
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from nothing, and it doesn't just disappear for no reason. The remains aren't just gone. They were taken.
like part of my soul.
Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. The only difference being, you can speak, and the remains cannot. So it went unnoticed. Something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered, and a large amount of the god remains buried in the desert went missing. Of course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over this world, including the Stella Fortuna above.
Wait, you mean... the stars?
Mm-hmm. 42 of them have died out in the past few months alone. In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear, but gradually evolve into a new constellation. Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies entirely, and it's not hard to deduce what's happening to the power they contain. Something has been leeching power from this world like a parasite steals nutrients from a host. And now, it's no longer satisfied with the remains of the dead. It wants you. This time, it only took a fragment of your soul. But next time, there's no telling how far it could go.
Why me, though?
No one knows. All I know for certain is this. Getting back what you lost will not be easy. Considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least. But that's not the real concern. Souls are fragile things. and yours could easily be crushed if you go up against it.
So you're gonna help us, right?
We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
Well, great! You seem super strong and you know a lot about the Abyss, so Paimon will take it.
Hey, thanks, man.
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You don't want to be in my debt, trust me. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction, that's all. You would do well to remember that. Now, come along.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little friendlier since she's agreed to help us. But nope, she's just like when we met her in the primordial sea. So cold.
It'd be really funny if she went, I can hear you, you know.
Well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then she doesn't deserve our friendship. What she does deserve is a super embarrassing nickname. Ah, Paimon's got it. Frosty the Lavender Melon. Serves that ice queen right.
What the fuck? What? Alright. Well, way to put me in a stun lock, I guess.
Anyway, the important thing is that we get that piece of your soul back. So, let's follow her and see what sort of plan she's got.
Just follow Skirk to the Abyssal Rift. She gives other people such weird nicknames. I mean, yeah. Also, I want to look at this. Look how cool this is. Like, there's actually a wall that you, like, it's only here, but they have to render the part of the portal somehow. So, like, it's still here, but you gotta, like, go around it. That's cool. I like that. Oops. Alright. In we go. Ooh. Nice music.
Whoa! This place is way bigger than Paimon expected. Where are we?
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here.
Yeah, dude, it's my home. It seems more like somewhere in the Abyss.
It is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this place. I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months. In that time, only 3 days passed in the outside world.
Okay, so 1 day is 1 month.
Ajax? Oh, right! That's Child's real name! Yeah, Paimon remembers him mentioning something like that. So, a month here is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world? That should mean we're safe from that power-hungry soul snatcher for now, right?
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the Traveler could be attacked at any moment. But coming here has bought us quite a bit of time. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw. The one full of fog.
Should I go to bed?
Both your description and the abyssal disturbance I felt point to that space having some connection to the Abyss. It could even be a domain similar to this one. The thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the Abyss is a chaotic and turbulent place. If we want to pinpoint their location, we need to see what that space looks like without the fog. Abyssal power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Do you plan to learn?
I'm kind of at odds with the Abyss.
That tracks. All the information you have suggests the Abyss is something sinister, and that abyssal power is a wild and dangerous force that always spells disaster.
And you're saying that's not true?
Depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too. But if one day you gain the power to control them, What was once a calamity is now just another tool in your arsenal. I'll respect your opinion, though. Just means we have to turn to the second best option.
What's this?
A little abyss crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform dream mirroring when we fall asleep.
Dream mirroring?
Hey, you took my advice.
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Everything they see, think, and feel. Since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power, and have no plans to jump in the deep end right now, I'll have to do the investigating for you. With dream mirroring, every time you slip into a deep sleep, I'll see with my own eyes whatever scene plays out in your mind. Then, I can guide you through the dream environment, and we'll take back what was stolen from you.
Damn, bitch, you live like this? Dude, she's taking... I labeled Chaska Cave Woman Wife. She's kind of, like, taking it to a whole new level. Like... Holy... I'm looking around, I'm like, Jesus Christ, Skirk, are you... you trying to steal her title?
Huh. You make it sound so simple.
Is there anything else you need me to do?
Tough to say. This is an unprecedented situation for both of us. Even assuming we do manage to find where this entity is hiding. Like I said, getting your soul fragment back won't be easy.
How about just knock me the fuck out?
To play it safe, I need to give you some special training first.
Wait, you're gonna teach her some of your martial arts? Does that mean the next time we see Child, we have to treat him like our senior?
Do as you want. For my part, I don't see you as my disciples. You're already a pretty good fighter. All I'm planning to do is build on your current skills and train you for the specific scenarios that I think we might face. But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more lenient here, but that's no excuse to waste it.
Oh, she moves fast. Paimon can hardly keep up with her. So, special training, huh? Kind of a rare opportunity. With your skills, there's not a lot of people qualified to train you. The last time something like this happened was probably anti-Raiden Shogun training, right? Oh, feels like a lifetime ago.
Oh, that brought back so many good memories. Anti-Raiden Shogun training was genuinely so much fun because I was watching everybody reduce the difficulty to easy and get blasted, and I cheesed the fuck out of it and played it on hard. I passed it in the rain, by the way. So like, if you got struck even once, you got disqualified because you kept getting electroshocked. Oh man, I think I have that VOD still. Is it on YouTube or it might be on Twitch? That VOD's long gone now, but that was fun. Yeah, because at the time I was because since me and somebody made free to play guides for all the stuff, we basically had to learn everything in regards to like learning how to iframe. And considering that both of us played Souls games, we kind of like got used to it pretty quickly. So we didn't try to brute force it with shields and everything. We were just like, no, we can dodge out of this. It's not hard.
Skirk seems pretty strong too, though. Remember how she said that the all-devouring narwhal was just her master's pet? Maybe we really will learn something here.
All right. Oh, it's just me. Okay, cool. I can configure my party. I was gonna bring Child in here. I'll be like, hey, dude, you wanna come by and see your master again? Oh. Door of Resurrection. Okay. Begin the first round of special training.
Ready?
Bring it on!
Your training will be split into 3 stages. Testing your blade work, elemental abilities, and reasoning skills. We'll start with blade work. You're no rookie in this area, so I won't bore you with the basics. During your long journey, you've no doubt sparred with a lot of talented sword fighters. Consciously or not, you'll have picked up all kinds of techniques from them.
You bet. There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching. Oh, and Kazuha, Ayaka. Yeah, we've met sword masters like you in every nation we've been through.
Paimon, now's not the time to say like you. Because here's the thing. There's kind of no one like her.
You sparred with a bunch of them too, right? Nice to know it's all gonna come in handy now.
Well, actually, does you mean me? The sword master? In that case, whoopsie.
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques alone are not enough. You need a cohesive system to bring it all together. A style or school of fighting. To use the human body as an analogy, your style is your skeleton, the foundation, the framework. Techniques are the muscles and other flesh attached to the bones. This is where your strength comes from.
Yes.
Improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. If your frame got bigger and taller, but you didn't add any muscle mass, you'd be weak and flimsy. Then again, if you packed on pounds of flesh without a big enough frame to support it, you'd end up bloated and unwieldy.
And then I start fat rolling in Dark Souls. Alright, understood.
You need to do some introspection. Take a good, hard look at your past experiences, and figure out which parts of what you've learned are just techniques, and which parts can be used to form your own system of blade work.
Alright.
Only then will you get the full utility out of all your thoughts and observations along the way. Only then will every strike you deliver make perfect sense.
Wait, is that it? Paimon thought you were gonna teach her some cool new moves. Like when you went swoosh and opened a tunnel to another place.
One day, you'll reach a new level of power where you realize that even that's as basic a trick as any other. But right now, our sword styles are so wildly different that teaching you mere techniques is pointless.
She's smiling. Huh. Yes, she is. Cool.
There are no shortcuts in the pursuit of power. Failure is your best teacher, and rigor is your coursework. That's all I have to say. Time to make a start. Train until you're satisfied with yourself. Now
All right.
focus. Destroy the crystal columns as swiftly as you can.
Oh, didn't even see that.
This is making Paimon's head spin. Hang in there, traveler!
There we go. Just Oh, they're not actually making me do 900? I was actually gonna do it. Affected by special attacks, AoE charge attack has been increased. Like this? Huh. Within 25 seconds. Alright.
Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
Alright. Oh. There's the last one. In 80 seconds. Cool. The side effect is that my shit's not properly hitting stuff. There we go. That wasn't so bad. amazing. This is transforming my whole view of sword work. I'm using the same techniques as ever, but they're having different effects. It's as if I've unlocked a hidden door in my mind. There's a wellspring of strength on the other side. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing images of the friends I've made into Vant. Theirs are the sword styles and techniques I've come to know.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Cut to the chase.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person, and ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface? What's their guiding philosophy? What's their state of mind as they maneuver their weapon? Now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength, over and over, until your hand is one with your mind. This is the only path to true growth.
You had Pyro Traveler while doing that part? I did charge attack the whole way? Damn, that sounds painful as shit, bro. That's why I always use Geo Traveler. Been here since... Been here since...
with the waves.
Yeah, been here since 1.0, dude. I see the eternity go by in an instant, the autumns of many years in a single leaf. Thus I shall slice this maple in the flash, and ask a question of the ages. My sword style, my journey. Dodge roll. This reminds me of my childhood. Oh.
If you start to tire, empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your sword is an extension of your own body. Wield it just as you wield your arms, hands, and fingers.
'Twas on a deserted, moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Ring cutter! Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads water, a sight without flaw. Master of Inazuma Kamisato art Tachijutsu.
With each slice of my blade, I feel my strength increasing. I don't know if my weapon can contain all this power. I'm in the zone. Limitless power is surging through me. Yep. You slash and swipe until you're exhausted every ounce of your energy. Whew.
Huh. Looks like you've made some real progress. That concludes your training session.
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel?
I'm fighting to keep my eyes open, though.
As you should be. Time flies when you're training hard. You've actually been going for several days now with no rest.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps. But you were so focused, she didn't want to interrupt you.
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope you see that foggy place in your dream, so I can get this investigation over and done with.
Okay.
Sometimes, you have to practice a single movement 1 million, maybe 10 million times, before the breakthrough moment comes. Nothing in the outside world can help you in this process. The most important thing is to remain patient.
Ah, okay. I can't swap languages here. I wanted to hear her in Chinese. That's a shame. Oh. I guess I already made my makeshift camp. Got a little flour, a barrel. Alright, I'm a rest. I love how Paimon, when she sleeps, the leg sticks out. Got a little pot boiling here. There we go. What is this place? I've been pulled back into the place again. But Skirk said the dream mirroring would kick in when I fall asleep, so why am I back here? Wait, hold on, no. On the closer inspection, this isn't the same dream as last time. It's dark and gloomy, but there isn't that chilling fog that made my hair stands on end. Hold on. If dream mirroring is a two-way process, maybe I'm seeing inside her mind while she's exploring mine? If this is her inner world, it's pretty bleak. I can occasionally make out the sound of her flowing stream, but other than that, it's so empty. What the fuck? A little woobly goobly here. What's that? What a strange looking creature. Where'd it come from? I think it wants me to follow it. Might as well see where it leads. Are these Moogles from Final Fantasy? No, they're just dandelions. Oh.
Skirk, why are you skipping classes again? We've talked about this.
'Cause he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man. I don't like going to his classes.
What? Skirk lore! Bratty child!
Excuse me. You shouldn't talk about your teacher like that. It's very disrespectful.
It looked kind of dumb, though, with that stupid big fat head. I tried to shake its fin, but it just spat water at me. Oh, and today, I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this giant bird there that can spit fire. I bet if I climbed on its back, it could fly me all the way to the stars.
Then I suppose your old dad should get one as a pet too. Otherwise, how are you gonna hear me call you for dinner up there in the stars?
When it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, Zilly. Anyway, gotta go. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait! Put on a coat at least. You'll catch a cold. I'm talking to you, young lady. You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives outside. Always going on about exploring the beyond one day, whatever that means.
Ah, let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite. Come on, our little adventurer's gonna be hungry when she gets back. Let's get started on dinner.
I'm out. The weather is wonderful today.
The stars shimmer high above. But what lies beyond the stars? Mountains as far as the eye can see? An endless snowy plain? Or maybe buildings taller than the sky, like the people from the merchant ship said. I can't be the only one asking these questions. The universe is fascinating. If only I could meet some other people like me. We could set sail together and explore every corner of the world. I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there, and I'm ready to see them all. But for now, I'm starving. Better get back.
Should they seem caring at least? Yeah. Huh? What's over there? Something's going on?
Don't let a single one of them get away!
No, please, spare the children! Stay back!
They're coming!
Run!
Help!
Eliminate the threat.
Take them down!
Don't be scared. Ah!
This way!
We'll never make it!
Where There's fire everywhere. What happened?
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this? What did we do to deserve this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink, showed you the best our home has to offer, gifted you cloth dyed by our own hands. And this is how you treat us?
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear and we have Zone 2 surrounded.
Begin extermination. Remember the orders from upper command. No one is to be left alive.
Rest assured, sir. We have enough munitions to annihilate these savages and burn their entire civilization to the ground.
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are that man and his wife, correct? What's their status?
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back. They won't be doing much more fighting. They're holed up in their home for now, but they won't last long. To prevent them from making some kind of last stand, we're planning to clear out the other zones first so we can send a bigger squadron to surround them.
Well, well. Turns out some of these beasts do know how to use their claws. Now the threat these savages pose will be undeniable. Let them cling to what's left of their lives for a little longer. Once the other zones are cleared, I'll cut off their heads myself.
Smells like something's burning. What's going on? I want to know what civilization / people gave that command. That'd be interesting.
Dad? Mom?
Skirk, you're all right? Thank heavens.
I'm so happy to see you, sweet girl. But you need to go. It isn't safe here. They'll be back any second.
What happened? You're bleeding a lot. Dad? Mom?
This is the place. Alert all units. Prepare to surround.
Run, Skirk! Run as far away as you can. Don't trust anyone. Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive. My clever girl, so curious. You're already so brave. I know you're going to grow up to be such a positive light in this world.
Whenever you miss us, just play this song. Remember, life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
Break down the door! Look what we have here. A savage that can pluck a tune. Well, the show's over. You! Stop singing! Shut it! I said shut it or I'll make you! Fine. Have it your way!
What was that?
You're awake. I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, time for the second stage of your training.
Not gonna lie, what happened to Skirk's town I fear Klee has done to some poor village. Well, we'll see. I don't think Klee is commanding officers to exterminate life forms, but...
This time, the focus is elemental energy. Come find me when you're ready to begin.
We're just gonna... Like somewhere in Mondstadt? No, I mean like the same way. That she did the same thing. I know what you mean. Don't worry. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Is Paimon here with me? No, you can't do that. Paimon sucking on her finger is funny. Can I go beyond this? No. It doesn't let me explore. Man. Alright. Where is Skirk from? Those are definitely the Fatui, right? Because since he had guns? That's the thing! Do the Fatui... Like, if Skirk is from another world, does that mean that she also has, like... That world also had their own Fatui that's not the Fatui that we know here? The singing was cool, though. But I was like, so we're just not gonna ask anything about that? She is from Tiamat, I'm pretty sure. She left and came back. Well, I guess she did accomplish what she's out to do, which is go see the stars. Hey, Skirk.
Man, staying in the abyss feels so surreal, don't you think? No day and no night. It's like time hardly exists. If we weren't careful to keep track, it feels like we'd have no idea how long we've even been here. Well, except for the fact that Paimon still gets hungry like clockwork. You go do your training. Paimon's gonna grab a bite.
Have fun. I'm ready to start.
The way I see it, the pursuit of power is divided into 3 stages. The first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to harness natural energy. And after that, you're free to challenge even higher dimensions. The natural energy of Teyvat is, of course, elemental energy. But that's not my area of expertise. I draw from a different source of power.
A different source of power? That means...
Abyssal power, yes. Also known as the power of the Void Realm. My master, Sertologi, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously stole the all-encompassing power of the Abyss. An act for which the people of Conria gave them the epithet, the 5 Sinners. The elemental energy of Teyvat, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These 2 forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, there's not much I can teach you this time.
But there's something familiar about the power you use, though. It seems related to the cryo in some way.
A keen observation, traveler. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, to make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it appear cryo-like in nature. It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the 7 Shifting Serpent. If you ever change your mind about delving into abyssal power, I can teach it to you.
But here's the problem, it doesn't really suit me. I kind of purify that shit.
So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal power.
Wait, you hate this part? What do you hate about it?
But is purification really what's going on there? Like I said, power does not simply disappear.
What are you trying to say?
Just thinking out loud. Let's focus on your elemental training. That's what's gonna help us if the situation gets tricky.
Insane excuse just not to add an abyss element? Yeah, I know. I know. They're probably reserving that for Dainsleif or some shit, I don't know. Though, I don't know, I feel like it's valid enough. Where it's like, it's not super retarded. I'm also kidding about the Dainsleif thing, by the way. I know they're not going to do that. Because, like, if you were to add a single element, right, you would have to rework the entire game to work with it. And then so it also may pose as an issue in which that it's tailored to that one element specifically. So, I don't know. If you were going to release an Abyss element character, you would really have to do a lot of like work to make it work, I feel. To be fair, I guess it would make her seem evil if any civ saw her using abyssal power. That's not really the man. That's not the matter, because I feel like the average citizen doesn't even know what it looks like. It's like, what is that power? Like, it's not a power that I've ever seen before. She doesn't have to answer the question. Like, oh, it's not my own power. I'm just like, you don't have to worry about it. You can be like Shao, where it's kind of like, don't fucking come near me. Fuck you.
True growth comes from adversity, but only if you make the choice to pick yourself up again every time you fall. So, it's time to push yourself to the limit, and then keep pushing. This is the only way to advance at pace.
This is telling me to study.
Use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can.
Alright, I got this.
Wingblade!
Oh man, I haven't heard these voice lines in 2 years, dude.
Wingblade! Prepare to be blown away!
There we go.
Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor.
Wingblade! Wingblade!
Come here.
Yeah!
You train with elemental 1 by 1. Destroy
Use
this.
the power of Hydro to destroy the spikes.
Water jet!
Faster. Don't give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that.
I didn't get hit, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Water jet! Go!
There we go. This is the only time I'll ever use Hydro Traveler ever.
Go! Go!
Along my journey, I've gained different elemental abilities in the parcel lands, but I never trained them all at once like this.
You need to understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy without a vision and switch between the elements at will. It means your aspirations need no approval from the gods. Your power is not bound by the rules of this world. So be bold. Do not be afraid to chart your own path.
Graceful as the wind, tough as stone. Nimble as lightning, flourishing like foliage. I can feel the power of the elements flowing through, sometimes as peaceful as a flowing stream, and other times surging like a raging river. If I close my eyes, I can almost hear their voices, but it's not like some wild beast battling me for dominion. It's more like saying hello to an old friend. Oh man.
Very good. It seems you've reached a deeper level of connection with the elements.
If only we could actually do that with the actual Hydro Traveler. Imagine if it actually changes it. So how long has it been this time, huh?
Long enough for you to lose yourself in your training, which is a good sign. Relentless practice with the elements has drained all your strength, but it's also what allowed you to make progress.
We should for real be able to freely switch between elements as the MC. I feel like the literal only reason why we are going to the statues is just to like sandbag.
Get some rest. When you wake up, we'll proceed to the final stage of your training.
We're just not gonna ask her about her thing? I guess we're not.
If you wish to master the elements at a fundamental level, you must see the entire natural world. Nature in all its places and forms. That is part of what it means to be a traveler.
See you later. The music here is pretty cool. I like the little piano in the background with the chord progression. I almost knocked the fuck out again. So this place again, huh? Did you bring me here? Yeah. Follow me. Boop, 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 boop. No response. This strange creature just floated away. What is that thing? And what's it doing in Skirk's inner world? Where is it taking me this time?
What is the secret to power?
Certology? The foul.
Longing. Hatred. Self-preservation. No. It is fear. The fear of losing those you love. The fear of watching your home burn. Fear of loneliness. Fear of death. Fear is the source of evolution. It forces humanity to adapt to their environment and overcome hardship. It is in the process of prevailing over our fears that we surpassed first ourselves and then the rest of the world. That fear is now part of you. It calls on you to evolve. And it is time to answer.
He sounds gay. I've been trying to swap languages, but if I quit out now, I have to play the entire thing over again, which I'm not going to do. Oh, it hurts. Dad, Mom. You like the voice I gave the blob? I just let my imagination yap. That's what makes these streams so fucking unprofessional.
Any minute spent missing home is a minute wasted. Practice your sword work instead. Do not make me tell you twice.
But, Master, I can barely lift the sword anymore. If I keep going, I feel like my wrist is going to break.
So it has not broken yet. Then pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. I want to hear the cracking and splintering of bone. After all, bones can always be reset.
Why does the literal Conrian sinner who stole the power of the abyss and mastered the Foul's legacy sound like a generic male? Because he's not playable. Everything's got black eye.
Good Skirk. Once again, you survived. How do you feel?
Cold and pain.
He's numbing her to the senses.
These are signs that you are adapting to the abyss. Each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed, each time you claw back from the brink of death, you become stronger. I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond even what I could have anticipated. But you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion, crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face. Cut away the rotten parts of your flesh, and mend what is broken. Then take up your sword.
Yes, Master.
The dream is over, but I can't get that suffocating, oppressive feeling out of my head. I have so many questions about Skirk's past, like, where did she come from, and what has she been through?
You're up! Hopefully you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that she's ready to start the final stage of your training whenever you are.
The Fowl is one of those inflatable tube men at this moment with the wiggling of the ghost. I see him more as a stage prop. I remember that stuff, like, I don't know if you played through the summer events, but this specifically reminds me of the 2.x, the version 2 summer event with Kazuha, Shinyen, Official, and Mona, where like they're just like little stages with like the dragons, and the little guys are like just going in a straight line, going onto the stage and stuff, and you can talk to them. It reminds me of that.
So, want to head over now? Or did you want to wait a little?
I really want answers, but right now it's vital that I complete my training. Once that is done, I'll find a chance to talk with her. I'm gonna make a friend. Woo. And then Skirk's gonna be like, no, I know what you saw. You don't even ask me anything. Shut the fuck up. Alright. I wonder if third is me facing my memories and bosses. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, Skirk, I'm here. Fuck me up.
From your training so far, you have gained better command of the sword, and more control over your elemental abilities.
The one where you got Official's outfit after completing it? Yes, that one. When Oz fucking leaves her for the other Official and leaves Amy without a skill. Thank you. It's all thanks to your guidance, you know.
That's only part of it. Experience is the real teacher. Your journey, the friends you have made, the dangers you have faced. These have taught you more than I ever could. Now, it's time to focus on how you react under pressure. You must be able to think rationally, even in unpredictable combat situations. To simulate this, I'm going to attack, and you're going to block.
By the way, Fox, imagine if Jean Lewis sounded like this. In English. God, she would not be such a fucking meme within us. We hated it so fucking much. Holy shit. Oh my god. I still remember it, man. I still remember it to this day. Everything is fucking bad. Ah! Oh my god.
Ready?
I'm pissed at her riding them out. Yeah, I know. It was a double whammy, man. It was a double whammy. Give me your worst.
Not bad. That defensive stance looks near unbreakable.
Does it? It looks like you can just poke me in my legs.
Just like your brother. Oh, that reminds me. You still don't know what happened to him, do you?
Oh, I see what's going on. She's baiting me, so then I'll let my guard down, and then she's gonna attack. Wait, what? Oh.
Hey, no fair! That's cheating!
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable methods all you want, but only if you live to tell the tale. The dead don't get to complain. Strong emotions will always arise in combat. Anxiety, anger, fear. But a true warrior is never at their whim. Only when you are free from the influence of emotion can you make the right choice, no matter the situation.
Oh, are we reverse baiting her? Are you describing yourself?
How amusing. Almost sounds like you think you know me. But you don't. You can choose your own path. We are not the same. Let's begin. Try to use reason over emotion. Make the most rational and advantageous decision in any given moment. This is your final training session. Look alive. Same drill as before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus.
Good. Get out and attack. That's not gonna hit me, right? Okay, that's fine. That's good.
Go!
Good.
Go!
Watch my feet.
Go! Go!
Not
Nice.
bad. Better than I expected.
And I didn't even get hit. Even though that it's not easy to control my emotions though. Battle is overwhelming, but if I can just focus all of my attention on what my opponent is doing and how to respond, it's almost like my emotions take a back seat. You have 122 food. How did I not notice that before? Dude, I used to have more, man.
You're getting the hang of it. The first step to controlling your emotions is controlling your mind. You want a unified train of thought. It all comes down to focus.
She's smiling again, dude. She likes it. Look at her. She's kind of grinning. Focus. Focus. I think it's working, because I can choose to tune out anything that isn't relevant to the battle, but I think I'm still pretty far from having full control over my emotions.
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion, crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
Oh, she's frowning again. Skirk went through this kind of training too, didn't she? How merciless does the training have to be to make someone substitute all emotion for pure reason?
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell your mind has wandered. That's to be expected. There's a limit to how long a human being can concentrate on one thing. Staying calm and focused sounds simple in theory, but in practice, it's more demanding than sword work or elemental abilities.
Skirk is right. Now that I've stopped, all the emotions I was suppressing are coming back to the surface. Pain, exhaustion, frustration, and doubt. But exhaustion is the main one. I feel like I fall asleep on the spot.
Get some rest. No point training further if you're already dead on your feet. Like I said at the beginning, the only goal of this training is for you to reach a point that you're satisfied with. You managed to push past your limits, which is a good start. You can be proud of that and sleep well knowing that you've earned it.
Oh, she even gave me a treat.
Warriors will train day and night to perfect their skills. But when the battle comes, their fate may be decided in a matter of minutes. One mistake, one moment of hesitation. And just like that, all their blood, sweat, and tears were for nothing. You need to push yourself to perfection, or you might not even live to regret it.
You're talking how much food I have. I've got a decent amount, dude. I used to have like hundreds of sweet madames, but I think I wasted them all because there was a few battle events that required me to just use them all. Because I was just kind of brute forcing my way through to the platinum medals. So I had much more of these foods for sure. Back in the day when I was still like learning on my feet, I still needed like a lot of these. I was making a lot of these because Ganyu makes these. And like there's a ton of food. I still need to go out of my way and find a bunch of the recipes that I haven't found yet, because I know there's a lot of things I haven't been able to craft. But like I used to be obsessed with finding all the food I could. So like I'll cook not only the perfect versions, but I'll also place the suspicious ones, because the descriptions are funny. So thanks, Skirk. A traveler has a commercial kitchen in their pocket. Our traveler is commercially insane. They boil the food, and somehow it all comes out correctly. I can make a pizza by boiling it in a pot. Shriek. Alright, off we go. Time to learn more about Skirk. Looks like I'm back in Skirk's inner world. I don't see that strange creature this time though, but I think I can navigate this space on my own now. Even without it here to guide me. I don't know how to leave, so I'm stuck here until I wake up. Can't hurt to take a look around while I wait, I guess. Oh, I can't jump. That's cool. They have the little accessory with you. I guess they work out somehow. I mean, without water, it's basically an oddly shaped frying pan. I guess, but the sound effect it plays, it makes it sound like you're boiling it.
Skirk is amazing. She faced down that terrifying giant and cut its head clean off.
Oh, she got hurt though, didn't she? I heard it was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, that's a given. But the moment she was on the mend, she got right back to practicing her sword work. I heard Master suffered a grave injury once too. Lost an arm and a leg and still came back stronger than ever. Skirk's becoming more like him by the day.
Incredible. I wonder if I'll ever reach their level. They're always so resolute, so unshakable.
Hey, her sword's broken.
Pathetic. You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world?
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore the whole universe, and get answers from the stars. I just need to wait till I'm grown up. Then, I can do anything.
Spaceship.
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past, and become someone stronger.
Run! Skirk,
Run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running, and don't ever look back.
Hold on. I see Skirk's sword and then a teapot. Are we gonna talk to the Hexen Circle? BRB? Fuck! I literally just...
Let's see here. First things first, you need a new identity.
Oh, we're actually talking about it! Alright, I'm gonna wait. Okay. Because... Never mind? Question mark?
Going around telling people you're from somewhere beyond the stars won't do, now will it? How about saying... you hail from beneath the earth instead? As the Conrian saying goes, venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss are the same in that both are braving the dark unknown.
Well, I'm a visitor on this planet, so I'll follow the rules.
Ah, splendid. That saves me quite a bit of trouble. Let me offer you a piece of advice in return, although it might not be what you want to hear. I know the pursuit of strength is important to you, but taking a moment for yourself every once in a while is never a bad idea. Ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
Interesting. Fish. Oh, Paimon's probably grilling stuff for us. Huh. The dream is over. I can hear the crackling of fire in the distance, and there's a fragment aroma in the air. Oof, grilled meat.
You're awake! You must be starving, right? Ta-da! A barbecue feast just for you.
I'm a little hungry.
Of course you are. That's why Skirk and Paimon got this all ready for you. Dig in, before it gets cold.
So you're best friends now?
Ah, well, if you're around someone long enough, it's bound to happen. Plus, Skirk can cook. So, Paimon decided she can forgive the whole Ice Queen thing. Paimon's not one to hold a grudge.
You keep calling Venti tone-deaf Bard 5 years later.
Here's an idea. Let's save the chit-chat until after the meal.
Okay. You all dig in and make quick work of the food.
Ugh, so full. Okay, it's Paimon's turn to sleep now. Wake her up when it's time to go.
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to wield immense power. Now it's just a matter of putting it into practice. Continue to learn from your journey and hone your skills against formidable opponents. Second, I've located the culprit we've been searching for. Next, you just need to retrieve the missing part of your soul, and our business will be concluded.
Thank you.
When Ajax trained with me, he once told me he was bursting with questions. So I allowed him to ask me 3 of them before he left. You and I may never meet again, Traveler. So if there's anything you want to ask me, now's your opportunity. Just like Ajax, I'll answer 3 of your questions.
After spending time in Skirk's inner world and witnessing her memories, there are so many questions I could ask, but the most important one is... Are you really from Tevat?
Okay, not the angle I was expecting. What makes you ask that?
Actually caught her off guard. Well, I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier, but while we were dream mirroring, I think I saw your memories. This is the first time I've seen Skirk break her composure. I guess this really took her by surprise.
I knew that was a possible side effect. closed off my mind to you for that exact reason. Even with the dream mirroring, you should have seen nothing but endless darkness.
So, Skirk didn't share those memories with me on purpose, and in fact, she tried her best to keep them from me. Wait, so speaking of endless darkness, on my first time there, that was all I could see until the strange creature appeared.
Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too surprised. Due to some recent circumstances, my self-control has been lacking as of late. Since you've seen what you've seen, there's no reason to hide the truth. All I ask is that you keep it a secret. No, I'm not from Teyvat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. A lot like you in some ways.
Like me? Do you mean you're also a descender?
No, we're different in that respect. You're influencing the fate of this world. But me, I'm just passing through. Several hundred years ago, my master, Sertologi, opened the border between worlds and sent me here. But this is not my home. And one day, I'll return to the vast unknown of space. So, there you have it. On to your second question.
What is your goal in coming here?
To become stronger. For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps, walk the path he once walked, and somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him. That is my sole focus and purpose.
Oh, so she wants to surpass the master. Huh. I wonder if this has to do with the fact that we saw him behind Skirk during our third challenge.
Okay. You have one question remaining.
Skirk's goal is to defeat the Foul. I can hear how serious this is for her, but I wonder what those certain reasons could be. But given how quickly she plays through that answer, I don't think she wants to talk about it. I have one question left. What should I ask?
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing.
Maybe I should take this opportunity to get Child some answers. No! No! Don't do that! Be selfish! Be selfish for once. Please.
Well, your last question?
You know Child is looking for you, right? Are you gonna let him see you? No! Stop! No! No, this quest was actually alright. This quest was actually alright. Why did you do this? No! No! Why? Why? No! I hate... No, dude! What the fuck? Why are you doing this? No! Okay, I need to get up. If she says something stupid, if she says something as dumb as I just don't want to, I'm gonna... The MC could have asked a better question before the traveler decided to give up a question for the ginger. They could have! Abso-fucking-lutely! Unless if for some reason they're specifically only targeting questions that can't be found inside her bio, in which it's paywalled anyway. Gah!
Hey, Jax. His situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many formidable people, studied their techniques, and developed your own skill set. So, during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when he came to me. A complete blank canvas. Children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long run, that would only hinder his growth. Once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again. Until then, let that motivate him to reach his full potential.
Well, that was a calm and calculated answer. It seems like she was talking about something entirely mundane, but I don't know why. I'm not buying it. She makes it sound like the decision has everything to do with child and nothing to do with her, but how does she actually feel about it? The abyss is completely silent, and this domain must be getting lonely after a while. Not to mention, she says it's been centuries since she arrived in Tavad, and even longer if you account for and even longer than that if you account for how slowly time passes in here.
Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it.
In all that time, she never established a connection with this world. Was it really just because she looks down on the weak? Or is it because she's too afraid to become one again? I doubt she'd give me a straight answer if I asked, and besides, I already used up my 3 questions. She was happy to give me cold, hard facts, but I still feel like I haven't heard her true voice.
Wake up your companion. It's time to go. Oh, and everything I just told you. Best keep it a secret from her as well.
My reaction when?
Time to go. Oh, finally. Where are we headed?
Just follow me. I'll open an abyssal rift close to the culprit's location. It will take us to where he's hiding.
I hate this, man. Look, I know Skirk is supposed to be cryptic, but, like... Anyway. Alright.
Come on, don't keep me waiting.
Let me use this for now. 24% crit rate, unacceptable. We're gonna give him slingshot. I hate the fact that she's alien significantly more than anything to her about her being cryptic. I mean, wait, why? Is it because like it's an excuse or something, or is it because the harsh reality of it becoming a potential like Honkai tie-in?
Wait, this is near the chasm, right?
Yes. If we enter from here, we'll be able to reach that place from your dream. You have some experience with abyssal domains by now, but still, this is someone else's territory. Best to proceed with caution.
Give him rust, but he'll only have 24% crit rate.
Don't worry, Paimon's an expert at hiding behind other people for safety. Oh, but, that means you need to stay safe, traveler.
Let's teach this thief a lesson.
All right. Remember your training. Time to put it to use.
I kind of want to play this in Chinese. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I really want to hear how she speaks to us. The opening the world far larger than they should by straight up confirming the existence of an entire another world. Watch it never be touched upon again, until like the very end cutscene. Oh, I guess it's just me. Oh. Alright. I didn't realize. And I have Hydro Traveler. Alright. Actually, I have no idea how to use it because I haven't played a trial yet. Lol. Being alien meant so much before, but since we knew nothing of the outside world, and the only entities we knew were Fanes and later the Narwhal. As long as they, I don't know. I'm not too against it, but it depends. Again, it all depends on how they go about it. Ooh. Just poke you a little bit with my.
天散，你呢？在这里做什么？这趟无人的房间里积满了尘埃，踏过去吧。
I do really like her Chinese voice right here. But I think for the sake of the VOD, I'm gonna play it in English. Just let me leave. I do really wanted to hear her in that, but I think it's best if we play it in English, considering it's all voiced anyway. Sorry, give me a sec. I really like her Chinese voice though. Fuck. There was so much mystery behind what they were and where they came from, but Skirk is just being a normal girl, shows us the outside to that it's just normal Earth-like plants with nothing special. Maybe that's meta commentary.
Merciless.
Maybe that's how it's like with us in the real world.
Paradigm shift.
Give me that. Come on, hit me. Too slow.
Mine to wield.
She sounds like she's putting a lot more effort into her battle, which is something I'm not sure if I like.
Fearless. Whoa! Look at all these spikes! Careful! Don't get hit! You know what? Paimon's just gonna float behind you. Come on, you got this.
I'll be fine.
Never start goes out.
Does she not have iframes for that? That's weird. I keep getting hit when I'm using that.
Hey, what are you two doing here? Dusty, like an abandoned house. Let's press on.
Annihilate.
They're turning a closed fantasy world into an open sci-fi world that's taking special away from it away. I can see. I see what's going on. You make a good point. They have to pull it off very specifically, or else in a very specific way.
Merciless.
There we go.
Oh, looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his hiding place?
Oh, look at that. Her outfit's still changed.
Ugh, this fog is making it impossible to see anything.
This should be the place where you were attacked, Traveler.
Yeah.
The missing part of your soul should be nearby. Can you sense where it is?
I close my eyes and focus on the light that came from my wound back from then yes. I can sense something, but I can't tell the exact location. Now Tevat is just an Earth with fancy humans and magic instead of this unique complex world where we know as... The thing is, I've always thought that Tevat wasn't Earth, but rather just a continent on an Earth. Because we've always been told it's the continent of Tevat. It's not the actual world itself. Like, I know it's weird because Inazuma's like hella separated and shit, but I feel like Tevat itself, compared to the rest of where it's not Tevat, is its own entity. Not only do we have a false sky, but we also like still need to get context on the Mare Javari and all the other places that have been described, but like because we don't know how exactly and how far the whole false sky extends to. And we also don't know what exactly is happening outside of Tevat, no? Because we only hear Tevat news, but we still have it described as the continent of Tevat. So we have the nations of Tevat and all that whatnot, but like, is it all only Tevat on this massive planet? Or do we have more outside of it? Because we can come from another world, sure. But like, I don't know if that makes it, I mean, if anything, that introduces a lot of different factors. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense, or I could be also completely wrong about the whole continent thing. Isn't Traveler technically also considered human to be definition while not being from Tevat? No, I think, I mean, if we look human-like enough, we describe ourselves with souls, flesh, and whatnot. But it's just like, I'm trying to think of how this can all tie in properly. Instead of humanity, the concept came from dragons. It's now these specific humans came from dragons. Damn, someone put their penis in a dragon, dude. But all seriousness, though, like, I can totally see where you're coming from, though. And that is a critique that I don't know how they're going to tackle. So I'm kind of like, Right, I know it's nearby.
Our opponent must have covered his tracks just in case. Otherwise, you should have sensed it much more strongly.
Hold on! Look! The spikes are back!
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some wiggle room so we can see what we're dealing with. If you're too reckless, we might be playing right into his hands. Our enemy took part of your soul for a reason. It's likely he integrated it into his attack somehow. If we're smart about this, we can track it down.
So we just dodge? Okay. That was simple enough. Very cool.
From the start, the attacks have been focused on me. Trying to break through my defenses? I see. There. I got it back.
Okay.
What happened? It looked like Skirk just got...
In the Gueli Plains, you asked me why this enemy chose you as his target. Now, the answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is impressive. It's also because of your ability to, as you put it, purify abyssal power. Whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been completely impossible. Namely, break through my defenses and steal my power.
So you were his real target?
No. He couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its power. I doubt he expected it to come in handy so soon. Call it fate, if you want. I believe that's the term they use in this world for arbitrary coincidences like this. In any case, it works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, it gave me the chance to get back what you lost.
But... you...
I'll cope. Well, done gorging? Good. Time to answer some questions. How did you get the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
We got the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
The all-devouring narwhal? Oh, of course! Paimon knew that spike thing looked familiar. It looks just like that narwhal's horn!
I highly doubt you acquired that power through your own strength. Tell me I'm wrong. You're desperate enough to scour the land for god remains and whatever vestiges of power you can find. That alone proves you wouldn't be able to defeat a creature like that. Which leaves one possibility. You know my master, the Foul, Sertologi.
The Foul? Who dares call him Foul?
What's wrong? Bit off more power than you can chew? You're struggling to hold a basic conversation.
Just a little longer. I'm still...
Look! It's back!
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their pursuit.
So, what should we do now then?
Keep calm and use reason to decide the best course of action.
Skirk was stabbed by one of the spikes while retrieving the fragment of my soul, and in the process some of her power was stolen. The culprit is hiding somewhere beyond the fog. I have a good understanding of his attack pattern from the fight just now, and if we pursue him, our chances of winning are very high. But Skirk's breathing is weaker than usual, and if we attack now, I can't guarantee her or her Paimon's safety. It's a hard decision to make, but I think we should get the hell out of here.
Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come after a single battle. You've got your soul fragment back, so we both got what we came for. Let the enemy draw breath while he can. It won't be for long. Get us out of here, Traveler. You'll need to lead the way this time.
What? Actual? What the fuck? Hey.
Is your shoulder gonna be okay?
The wound is minor. It'll heal in no time. You should focus on getting out of here alive instead.
That's the very first time I actually got hit. It's not... Okay, it's AoE attack. Okay, cool. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you guys.
Uh-oh! Falling spikes! Run!
The very first time, or two times I got hit. Kind of shameful, I'm not gonna lie. Usually I pride myself in being not, well, hitless. Oh, run. Alright, hold on, wait.
Watch out! Looks like this place is about to collapse! So, this guy's power has something to do with the all-devouring narwhal. Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to investigate in the first place. But suspicions only get you so far. I needed to verify it for myself.
better, right?
Technically, we are in debt to Skirk now.
I no longer sense his presence. Can't have followed us out of that abyssal domain. Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. He won't be leaving that place until he's managed to digest it.
Well, all-devouring narwhal, with its power, he even managed to steal from you of all people.
You seem surprised. I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. That gaping maw could swallow a planet whole. It's called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can extract power from anything, dead or alive, as long as it manages to make physical contact.
Yeah. When we had our run-in with that thing, Neverlet mentioned that it has an instinct to devour.
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less aggressive than usual. It's a different story when it has no more power to feed off of. That's when its true voracious nature kicks in. It could devour everything on the planet in that state, which is why I cast it into that void space. But I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. To me, that says he must have encountered the whale a long time ago. Meaning, he must have known my master.
Hearing you say the foul definitely got a reaction out of how that thing is.
Exactly. It told me everything I needed to know. Hence why I said we both got what we came for. And I believe that brings our transaction to an end. Now that you're whole again, you can get back to your own journey. I'll handle the rest of this situation myself.
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of us. We have to help you get it back.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger. That's how it is.
But what if that monster finds you before you're all better? Plus, how are you gonna get home? It's not like you can just go swoosh and open a door to the abyss again. Not without your full strength.
Watch her do it.
So, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
It's not out of pity. You said I don't want to be in your debt. Well, I still am. Break a smile.
Fair enough. Then take this.
What is it?
A bag of Mora. Nothing in this world is free. I know that much.
Damn. I got some more. And the music playing.
I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up and decide where to go. We shouldn't linger.
One of my favorite tracks in the entire game is playing in such a weird comedic moment.
We should take Skirk somewhere she can rest. But where?
I don't have enough to wish for her. I'm kind of fucked. I am only on 44 pity right now because I lost to D at 75. I don't want to end the...
Paimon gets the feeling Skirk wouldn't like being around a lot of people. Oh wait! Baiju said we could rest in the back room of the pharmacy, didn't he? Let's head there!
He'll know something about Master. I'm sure of it. Next time, I need to be ready.
How is the shoulder?
Fine. It was just a scratch. It'll take time to recover my strength, of course. But adapting to situations like this is nothing new for me.
Your outfit looks different.
Oh, this? It's a star crystal suit. Abyssal energy is scarce in Teyvat. Wearing this helps me access it more freely. It stores concentrated abyssal energy that I can draw from on the go. When the energy runs out, it reverts back to its original form.
Okay.
Found somewhere to rest. Well, lead the way then.
Alright. Well, we're going to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Hey, Skirk. Come with me to Chinatown, where I live. And that's also where I encountered your student. The one that goes, hey, girly.
time to lose.
Yeah, dude. Listen to your student. Alright.
Huh. This bag from Skirk has a ton of Mora in it. Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? It would go something like, I'll be collecting my paycheck now, boss. Oh, sure thing. Wait, who are you? Have we met? Can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did you do to get all this Mora?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing untoward. It's safe to use.
You heard all that?
You're not exactly the quietest whisper.
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound of it traveled to the nearest mountaintop.
In other words, Paimon, you're loud as fuck!
Did you by chance happen to hear Paimon's little, joke earlier?
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
Paimon's whispering could use some work. Nice view, by the way.
No, sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She didn't say that at all. It was, a Paimon lookalike. Yeah, she's a piece of work, that one. Always impersonating Paimon and giving people weird nicknames. Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start. But things are different now. You helped the Traveler in a big way, so... What do you say? Friends?
Ugh.
Yeah, me too.
I noticed there was only one bed. Go ahead and get some rest.
No. Here's the plan. We're getting on the bed. Together.
Wait, what about you?
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work. That should help me regain some strength.
But your shoulder... Hey, don't just leave! Whatever. Let her tire herself out. She'll come back eventually. Let's get some sleep, Traveler. That comfy bed is calling, Paimon.
Skirk is stubborn. Even if I try to take her or convince her to take it easy, I doubt she'd actually listen to me. Paimon's right. Skirk will stop and take a break when she gets tired, I hope. I guess I should just get some sleep then. Oh, she's back. Skirk. Of course she's acting like she didn't just get stabbed in the shoulder. Something's really off with her, though.
Quiet.
Who's she talking to? There's no one around unless... Sardalugi, yeah.
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
Hold her hand.
Run, Skirk. Run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running, and don't ever look back.
Right. In that dream I witnessed, Skirk was training alone, but there were disembodied voices talking to her. Go. Walk to her. Yeah, do it. One of them mentioned a fire. I wonder what happened exactly. If only she could talk to us.
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. That bed was so comfy. Wait, Skirk? Have you been sitting out here the whole night? The bed's all yours if you want it.
So, recovered anything yet?
About 60%. Maybe 70.
Whoa! thought it would take at least a couple of days. That was fast.
Well, she did go back into the abyss and train, so that couple of days could have been a couple of months.
No, not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow the outcome fell short.
Maybe because of the spike that stabbed you?
No, I think the problem's with me. I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep introspection should help me find the issue.
Ooh, sounds intense. We'll watch over you in the meantime, then.
Thanks. See you in 2 days.
Does that mean 2 months? Oh, she's literally just meditating here. That's cool.
Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Shouldn't she be awake by now?
No idea.
Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Oh, wait! Breakfast! That's it! Paimon will go get breakfast! Skirk is gonna be starving when she wakes up. Be right back.
Skirk looks so serene. Almost like she really is asleep. Oh. Hey, it's you again. What are you doing here? Meow, meow, meow. Oh. Wait, what? Well, this place feels familiar, but where am I exactly? There are towering cliffs, withered trees, and a strange river flowing from the horizon all the way here. But it's broken up several times along the way, with a waterfall at each breakpoint. It's like Enkanomiya. And, the other, like, in-between, that was in Fontaine. Shit, what was it called again? It's been like a year. On closer inspection, the color of the water is changing. The closer I get to the lower portion, the darker it becomes. Almost as if... Did you bring me here? Then that must mean this is...
That's right. This is Skirk's inner world. Think of it as the threshold between the soul and dreams.
The last thing I expected was this strange creature to have a voice. I guess I wasn't too far off.
This isn't your first time here, but what you remember is probably a space covered in darkness. I only managed to illuminate a small portion for you back then.
The blob speaketh, and the blob speaketh like child Skirk. So you can speak.
Actually, it's my first time talking to someone like this. I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. I guess that's why I can speak again, too. Call it fate, if you want. I think that's the word they use in this world for lucky coincidences like this, right? Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here, so what's your impression of this place?
What's with the river?
Oh, you noticed. This river represents Skirk's strength. Strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. So this river is where all the fragments of Skirk's life should converge into a single stream of memories and emotions, flowing forward as one. But as you can see, this river has been severed numerous times. It's because Skirk doesn't like who she was in the past. When all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was. She cuts through water and rock with the sword of reason, severs her connection with the past, and begins anew.
Wait, that reminds me of something, though.
You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger. That's how it is.
I see. So it was Sartology who taught Skirk how to replace all emotion with reason. And since then, it's been a constant process of abandoning, refuting, and erasing her past self. I suppose that's the secret to her strength, but it's such a sad thing to think about. What's she been through, and why does it have to be this way?
The answer to one mystery invites another question, I see. Let's follow the river upstream. There among the cliffs, among the memories etched into her heart, lies the truth of it all. Soon, you'll understand everything.
You must accept your true self! Oh. Oh, okay. I was just gonna glide down there, but... Persona! Wallpaper. This looks like a coastline. Wait a minute, I recognize the drawing on the sand. Wait, isn't that the picture I drew for Paimon? Why is it showing up in Skirk's memories?
I've always thought that, even when falling leaves don't come from the same tree, they can still form bonds of kinship when they meet. Like meteors, you both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, although she hesitated for a moment, she still chose to walk away, indifferent as ever.
Why? If I think about it, it's not surprising at all. After what happened at Wan Min restaurant, it's obvious she prefers to disappear from other people's lives. She hasn't seen Child in years either, so I doubt she's ever made a connection with this world of her own volition. What I'm seeing now is a microcosm of her entire life.
Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid altering its path. But the reason for that decision stems from events much earlier on in her life. Let's keep going. It's still a long way to the source of the river.
What happens if I bathe in the water? Oh, I can't even go into it.
You now have what it takes to wield immense power. From this day forth, I shall teach you no more. No one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have given you fangs and claws. Now, you must learn to hunt.
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Thou shalt be forced to walk on water. Thou shalt be forced to be Jesus.
Indeed. Make new friends. Embark on your own journey. And piece together a new future from the shattered remnants of your past. We will still have contact through the abyss. But know this. One day, I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild and reduce it to ashes. Just like the fire that haunts your mind.
Huh. Alright.
Why would you do that?
I have told you before. Fear is the catalyst for human evolution. You have tasted loss. You have known fear, so deep it can be felt in the bones. But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. And thus, pain dampens over time, and the acrid taste of fear becomes but a distant memory. Yet now, I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal. It will drown you in the nightmare of your childhood, or it shall drive you to defeat me, whatever the cost.
So that's her motivation for beating her master. Huh. The figure next to Skirk looks familiar. I saw the same figure during the battle against the all-devouring narwhal.
That is what Skirk's master, the foul Sertology, looked like at one point in time.
So he can change form then.
Of course. As a higher being, physical form is a triviality to him.
They really did make him sound like an evil monster. I'll check it out in Chinese after this.
He could appear as a beast, a human, or even a monster that defies description. The form you see him in here, clad in abyssal armor, is the one he usually wears when traveling through the stars.
I used to think Sartology and Skirk were just master and disciple like Skirk and Child. Now I see why Skirk chose to distance herself from humanity, because Sartology told her that to put her roots down here, and while at the same time threatening to destroy whatever life she managed to create.
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps, walk the path he once walked, and somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him. That is my sole focus and purpose.
So that's what she meant. But I still don't understand why Sartology would do that. From what he said, I didn't pick up a conflict between them.
I'll let you in on a little secret. The real Sertology is terrifying. The scope of his power is impossible to understand until you experience it firsthand. It is absolute. The power to crush all things. Shall we keep going? Let's see. We're about halfway there.
Halfway there, huh? That means there's 4 stages.
Starball!
This must be Skirk when she was a kid.
We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training under Sertology.
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, you're to train twice as hard. No tears this time. Good. Attempting to garner sympathy through tears is a habit of the weak. A pitiful, useless ploy.
Can I ask a question, Master? Why did you save me? I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
I saved you because I have a plan for you. It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength, and I hunger for it. Every so-called genius and prodigy I have faced has crumbled like sand underfoot. Before me, even fate bends the knee.
I don't know what it is, but this looks like he's like... Something about this pose makes it look really goofy. I shall disappear as it's 1 a.m. Goodbye, Soup. I hope you have a good time streaming. I swear to God, don't end up spending your entire savings on script because of FOMO. It's not FOMO. I need it for the teapot, man. But good night. Okay, I'm realizing how I hate he talks. Honestly, same. It doesn't have any weight to it.
So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you by whatever means necessary. In the hope that one day, you might surprise me.
But I don't want to draw my sword against you, Master.
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries of the weak are but faint murmurs that disappear into the void. You of all people know that well.
Yes, Master. From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training, emptiness, and fatigue. After some time, her talent bloomed, and she gained control over her emotions, like her master. How should I put it? It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason came to dictate all she was allowed to feel. I suppose it was at this point that she became the Skirk you know today.
So Sortologi saved Skirk from a disaster when she was a child, and never even tried to hide his ulterior motive. I suppose that leaves one final mystery. What really happened with the disaster back then? Sortologi's final words to Skirk were cold and cruel, but Skirk's reaction made it seem like it was a truth that she knew all too well. I have a feeling it all comes back to what happened back then.
We're nearly there.
This is the burning question we've been having the entire time.
The end. Well, shall we? This is the final stretch.
Because we've been wondering what happened with her anyway, right? It's kind of like, if she truly was, like, what's with the whole, like, guns thing, and, like, how come they're killing her village and shit? Are they also, like, white-haired, red-eyed, superhuman powers that settled down or whatever? We don't know. All we know that they were freaking exterminated. Alright, here goes.
These are Skirk's happiest memories.
Oh, shit, bro.
What a simple and carefree time it was. Wisps of clouds dotted the sky. The sun bathed everything in golden light. And when song filled the air, not even the shyest of flowers could resist swaying along. This is Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about everything as a child, always skipping school to go exploring instead. There was so much to discover. The treasures at the bottom of the sea, the secrets beyond the stars, and that merchant ship packed with adults wearing those strange clothes. Yes, the ship. That was the beginning of the end. It was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked wore smiles on their faces and spoke of friendship. They claimed to be merchants from a neighboring planet, looking to establish trade. Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors, everyone welcomed the newcomers with open arms and allowed them to explore the planet. To them, the visitors were guests and should be treated with hospitality. No one had any idea of what was to come. Several months later, an army of unknown origin arrived without warning and carried out a ruthless campaign to destroy everything and everyone on the planet. Skirk had skipped school that day, like so many times before, so she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. But when she came home that day, only fire and ruin awaited her. Countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Friends and relatives. The little girl who lived next door. The shop owner with the bad leg. The bad-tempered teacher she had made fun of just that morning. Their lives were discarded like worthless trash as the fire consumed one life after another. Skirk was helpless. All she could do was run. And so she did. She kept running until an unexpected figure crossed her path. If Sortologi hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life too. And there she would have remained, left to rot in the scorched earth, with no answer as to why any of this was happening.
So why did those people destroy her homeland then?
Because she and her people were seen as a threat.
A threat?
As the initial merchant ship explored the planet, they discovered that it hadn't always had the condition to support life. Yet there was evidence of human activity, even during the periods of extreme heat or cold in the past. Further research revealed that, over time, the people of this planet had evolved the ability to adapt to any type of environment or energy source. For that reason, the outsiders viewed them as a potential threat, and decided to eliminate them before the threat could rear its head. And so, the army was called, and the so-called danger was wiped from the face of the planet.
Just because of speculation?
Senseless, isn't it? Deemed a threat because of a gift they didn't even know they had. Perhaps it was their own innocence and kindness that doomed them. But in the end, that was lost to the blaze as well. If those with power get to decide good and evil, then all you can trust in is the sword in your hand. And so, before death could claim her, she ran. She ran and never stopped.
So now I see why Sartologi's threat is such a terrifying prospect for her. And now I see why she distances herself from the world.
No one wants to relive their most painful moments. Well, that brings us to the end of the story. This is as far as we can go.
But who are the people that exterminated her homeland? Unless if they're supposed to just be villainous bad people that took over her land like the IPC.
Skirk is waiting over there. For both of us. Let's go to her. It's time to fulfill my purpose. And my greatest wish over all these years.
What? Hey! Strange creature. Hey! What do you mean, fulfill your quest? What, huh?
So all this, just so you could bring her here?
I have things to say to you. Well, to me.
Yeah, I figured.
I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. And she is the best choice in this moment.
Wait, then you must be...
Her suppressed emotional self. The version of herself she keeps locked in the recesses of her mind, stifled by reason. All those rejected impulses, those discarded aspects of your past selves, they are a part of me now. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face for too long. So, I came to face you instead.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. And that's exactly why I keep you locked here. Your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most vulnerable. Don't forget, it was a penchant for goodness over reason that doomed our homeland in the first place. The vastness of the universe renders everything insignificant. Our feelings most of all.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't have to mean erasing everything. Strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses, emotions like kindness and empathy, and what makes you any different from the ruthless soldiers who slaughtered our people?
The difference is that I'm doing what is right, what is necessary. I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness I can offer. I've shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness, and it was cold, unfeeling reason that brought me this far. It made me who I am. It made me strong.
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together. On the grand scale of the entire universe, maybe our feelings are vanishingly small, but why should that mean they don't matter? Emotion gives warmth to the cold expanse of space. It gives meaning to the world around us. Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars, those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back and let them grant you peace. A brief respite from the pressure you put on yourself.
That isn't what we need.
It's exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken longer than normal this time?
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only answer I came here to find.
Then look around. Look at your inner world. You cast aside your dreams and curiosity, and in doing so, you lost your original motivation. You severed all connection to who you used to be, so you can no longer draw strength from your past. Now, the only things driving you forward are fear and survivor's guilt. But these cannot take you far enough. And so, this river, the source of your strength, grows more polluted by the day.
And do you think that means I should seek help from a weak little thing like you?
No, your emotional self isn't weak. The fact that she transcended time and broke free from her constraints to come face you, that proves it.
Thank you for saying that. I knew bringing you here would be the right choice. To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong. And in fact, I agree that in order to make it through the wake of that tragedy, we had to distance ourselves from the pain through reason over emotion. But what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget that fire. I know the fact that you were the sole survivor fills you with guilt. And I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. Because deep down, you know that you didn't turn out to be the person you wanted to be. All those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt anymore. So even if you can't accept me, I hope, at least, that you can let go. I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive.
I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there, and I'm ready to see them all.
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad always sang when we went out to fetch water. Dancing water. The sand along your path is begging for your song and movement. Will you carry this burden with you on your journey? I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. But if this is your wish, then I will carry you with me until the end.
Thank you.
I should be thanking you.
Why was it only you?
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end. Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
So, you saw my memories then. I once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the law of the universe. He said no. But in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive.
Well, I mean, that isn't true strength. Power is not substitute for doing what's right. Because we're obviously above that, right?
That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea came to mind. An idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. One in which power was not the law of the land. But that means I must defeat him. Because my master, Sertologi, is, at the core, a defier of all rules and order.
Sounds like you have your work cut out for you.
Yes. And not just because of the gap in our abilities, but also because I have no reason to see him as an enemy. Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword and the principles of strength. And for that, I respect him.
But he intends you to face you one day.
I know. And it's not something I want. But Master never goes back on his word. I have to treat everything he says as a promise. He's no longer into that. But he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple greetings, or an answer to one of my questions. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces.
Oh look, we actually have a model.
Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear, just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. And for that reason, the pursuit of strength consumes every moment of my life. I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready.
Well, if he does attack you one day, I'll help.
Help me? Why? This isn't your fight.
Because if we want to build the world we both want to see, everyone has to be willing to fight for it. If we all do our part, we can make the entire universe a kinder place. I accidentally skipped that little pan up of... But before we do that, dude, this is so sick. Ah, the invisible barrier. Skirk doesn't want me to see her fucking flowing waters. Alright, fine. Can I go back? No, I can't either. Nah. Alright, hold on, can I take a picture? Fuck. I don't think they would let me here anyway. Leave together. Skirk gazes into the distant sky. There's nothing else to do here. Should I leave? Don't leave yet. Let me see if I can... Hold on, can I change the batteries on here. Damn it. So it's quite literally just a massive box. This is the visual representation of every time we see fan art involving collecting our waifus. This is how they feel. Pure, unadulterated flowing of the river. I wanted to see... Okay, let me see if I can... I really want to look over this. Like, that dude looks really fucking sick. Like... I love that. I love, like, this whole space thing. Where, like, this flow through of all the things connecting everything. And the change of the water, because it used to be, like, purple, like miasma. But, anyway. Skirk gazes into the distant sky. Let's leave. Wet.
Oh, you're finally awake. Honestly, Paimon was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back and finds you both unconscious? Oh, you scared Paimon half to death. You're both okay, right?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
I don't know. You tell me. You look stronger than ever. Yeah.
Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth that flows from the past into the future. I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight. I suppose what happened today will become an inseparable part of who I am.
Okay, so Paimon feels like she's missing some important context. But whatever. Paimon brought back tons of delicious snacks. Let's dig in.
The three of you enjoy the snacks. Or breakfast.
Alright. It's about time we finished what we started.
We're gonna deal with this thief for good, right?
Let's show them what we're made of.
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, he's going to be tougher than before. The good news is, we have no reason to pull our punches this time. So, let's go. Same place as last time.
Hey, sick. We're actually resolving the issue in the same quest, not in a part 2. This whole area reminds me of the Notland Water area. Actually, yeah, you're right. The water effect is pretty much what it is, to be fair. Okay. Since I'm going to be doing this later, I'll just equip this for now. Oh. Let's fly on over there.
All time, bro.
There we go. Run away. Oh, hold on.
Let's go.
Ooh, the cut's still open. Alright. Let's kill some bitches. I wonder if the food I eat will actually pull through. I'm gonna give myself crit rate just to test the waters. Alright, bitches. Ooh.
The fog is gone.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if they're just gonna make me I wonder if they're just gonna make me like do the same boss fight phase during the normal fight. The really boring one where you have to fight and have to use like Numa, Usia or Numa to clear the thing. What's up, bitch?
Wait, isn't that the form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? How come he knows that too?
Cause that's Skirk's master, and he's really easy to fucking fight.
Really? So, you're telling Paimon that giant whale and this guy can both turn into the fowl? How does that work?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance. It's a natural response after encountering someone as powerful as Master. To them, he represents ultimate power. We know the person before us has encountered Master. And we know he stole a portion of my power. So it's not surprising that he would assume this form.
Remember that Child still has the most complex abyssling design despite being the first one we ever see? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the closer Paimon looks, the more intimidating it gets.
I do find it very cool how her attacks are basically what he does in his third phase.
Nervalette isn't here this time, so it's up to us. He won't have the nerve to steal again after we're done with him. Let's teach this guy a lesson.
This doesn't seem very intimidating, but that's just me. Hoyo is very lucky and exclusive. He can change form works for tautology. Yes. Alright. Okay, let's get some food in us. Just because I feel like it. I think I can... hold on. Where's Child's dish? Right there. Tartaglia specialty. And then I'll give myself... the crit rate food lasted. So I'm also going to give myself some stamina food. Alright. Let's go, bitch. Oh, I got hit. Oh, okay. There's no... I thought that was a shield phase. No, no, no.
Mine to wield. Haven't forgotten your training, I hope.
This? No. Charge attack? What do you mean? Oh, I see. There we go.
Mine to wield.
Absorb. Bolt. Come on. Bad. What? That was bullshit.
Merciless.
Beyond this world.
Fearless. Another star goes out.
Not this again. Watch out!
Haven't had enough of my power. Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle.
Oh, interesting.
Well, have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. So,
You deliberately channeled your power into me, knowing that it would destroy my shell from within. Such power, such keen battle instincts. So you must be...
Skirk, Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been? How long has he been away from Tevat?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry. It's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skofnungar, a friend of your master and one of his followers.
Aside from the NPC face, I think this is the very first time we've seen like blood and shit and like torn muscle. Look at that. Actual battle scars. That's pretty cool. Although, is that actually just blood or is it just revealed skin? Because the lighting makes it look like he's bleeding or like it has a bunch of flesh ripped away. But it could just be like that, but with some hue on it. You didn't see his face? Me neither. And when you did, Laval! No, did they just forget about Fal's legacy? Why can Skirk not do that? I don't know. Maybe he didn't. She just didn't want to do it.
This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But hundreds of years ago, I knew you existed. And I knew you would come here.
Hundreds of years ago?
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to tell us about it?
Of course. Might as well take advantage of a clear head while I can. The story starts a long, long time ago. I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the eldest son, I was set to inherit our title. But I contracted an incurable illness as a child, and everyone gave up on me. I trained the sword harder than anyone else, defeated all of my peers. But it was all in vain. When other people looked at me, all I saw in their eyes was pity or a strange glee in my misfortune. Even my parents were just waiting for me to die. Over time, my heart hardened, and I became aimless. That was the point where I met your master, Sertologi. We were similar in age, but different in background. He was born in prison, the son of criminals who had been sentenced to death. He spent his childhood wandering the streets, facing more criticism than the literary works in the Universitas Magistrorum. Yet, he always wore a smile on his face, as if kindness and malice were one and the same, and he could not see the difference. I still remember what he said to me when we first met. You need to fight to survive. Even if it's a losing battle, it should light a fire under you. How can you sit back like this and go down without a fight?
I'm gonna ruin this immersion by a little bit. Why wasn't this person chosen to voice Sertologi? He's got a fantastic performance here.
That does sound like something he would say.
He was the first to acknowledge that I was worth something, and he inspired me to keep going. When we sparred together, it was the first time I'd actually felt the thrill of combat. When I was 10, he stole forbidden research materials and managed to cure my illness. It was like there was nothing in this world he couldn't accomplish. When it came to the human form, he was always intent on pushing the boundaries of possibility. But somewhere along the way, I fell behind. My talents were nothing compared to his. And at some point, I realized he had pulled so far ahead, I was too embarrassed to even ask him to spar. After his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out and said to me,
"This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether."
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite amount of time to get stronger. Maybe I'll finally catch up to you one day, and we can spar like we used to.
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul, might not be able to withstand this curse.
All I can do is try. After all, a wise man once told me, people need to fight for their own survival.
Wise indeed. Nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality, and wish to experience a good sparring match before you wither away, seek out my disciple.
Disciple? Never thought I'd hear that word coming from you.
Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe, and bring her to Tibet. You know as well as I, Vedifenir's prophecies are never wrong.
So hold on, let me get this straight. So NPC Mans, what was the name? Skofnir. He is from Conria, but he was exiled because he had an incurable sickness. And then he met Sertologi in Conria? And the two of them, and he managed to cure his disease. But then, I guess they're on like a different planet now because he's been cursed with immortality? Because it says here, this planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, I'm leaving, but first I have an offer. So, they're still here, no, so here they're still on whatever planet Tibet's on. And then disciple, find a disciple out there in the universe and bring her to Tibet. Huh. Oh. All right. I'll replay this in Chinese in the databank after this.
Huh. Well, now I'm curious about who this disciple of yours will be.
All Vedifenir said was that one day, the stars shall bow in her honor.
Sounds pretty impressive.
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have the right to become my disciple.
Alright, I felt the weight behind that animation.
Still self-assured as ever, I see. But you're not wrong.
I'll be leaving then. Oh, and if you were serious about getting stronger, I left you a little gift in the primordial sea. As I've said before, walk whatever path you want. Freedom means even the wicked get to make their own choices.
Waiting for me in the primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sertologi. In its weakened state, I was able to cut off part of its flesh and sew it into my own heart.
Your heart? That sounds like torture. How did you even survive that?
Because, of course, I bear the curse of immortality.
So, you used the curse to turn yourself into a vessel for power. Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point, it was the curse of immortality that sustained you. But that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it, work for it, dream of it. Instead, you stole something that didn't belong to you, and it backfired.
You're right. I should have known better, but I had already pushed myself to my limits, and he was still miles ahead of me. So I had to take a leap of faith. I miss your master. I miss the days when we were all together, troublemakers without a home. I don't regret the choice I made. But if you'll allow it, I do want to apologize. To both of you.
After the beating we just gave you, I think we can call it even.
You're an interesting one as well. Sertologi's disciple. That's a lot to live up to. It can't have been an easy experience. I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist, using despair and fear to force you to catch up to him, all the while standing ever out of reach. We're like mountain climbers in the dark, never knowing how much higher we have to climb, or when we will see the sun again.
True. But I made up my mind long ago. No matter how dark it gets, I will not give in to despair. I will overcome it. Besides, after hearing your story, I suspect what Master really wants is not a battle that demands his full strength, but rather a defeat without regrets.
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must have some things in common. The first time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no emotion coming from that spike. But when you had to devote all your strength fighting me just now, I could feel joy and passion emanating from your blade. It was the joy of a researcher discovering the truth of the world, the joy of an artist uncovering a temple of wonders.
Interesting. I'm certain I didn't express those emotions outright. Yet you were able to read them from my blade, like a glimpse into my inner world. You're right. That battle brought me an unbridled sense of joy, and my defeat brings me no regret whatsoever.
Exactly. I think Master also craves a battle like that. One where his opponent forces him to use all his strength, unlock the extent of his potential, and transcend his own limits. A battle to end all battles. After which, all can come to an end. Including, perhaps, his life. For that very reason, good and evil are meaningless to him. He has one purpose, one goal. To complete himself. It's one of the secrets to his strength.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps that is his call. What a battle that would be. Oh, to witness such a...
Are you okay?
Too many different kinds of power are surging through my body. The curse of immortality allows it all to coexist, but it does not remove the pain. I won't be able to hold on to my sanity for much longer. What a shame. I would have loved to witness that battle. Sertologi once offered to free me from this curse. Now, I must ask that of you, Skirk. Can you release me from the pain?
I can, but not through death, if that's what you were hoping for. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness, along with all the power you've consumed, and smash it to pieces. The impurities will dissipate, and under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will regenerate. When that process is complete, you will be back to who you were before, no longer tortured by powers you can't control. But it will be a time-consuming and painful process. The decision is yours to make.
I accept. And who knows? Perhaps I'll wake up in time to witness your great battle with Sertologi. I have faith that you'll be able to stand against him one day. Though I know it'll be a long and arduous road. If we are climbers in the dark, it appears the dawn has finally broken for me. But your ascent continues. At least, it looks like you are not alone on your journey.
I will reach the top of this mountain, no matter what it takes. And you, Skofnunger, will be my witness at the end of all things.
Vibe check.
That's finally over. Let's get out of here. Huh. At least we don't have to make a mad dash for the exit like last time.
I'm a little pissed off that didn't let us like see the process of her doing that, but maybe it was too graphic. I'm not too sure. But I mean, come on. That won't make it an M-rated game. Skirk gazes into the distant sky. There's nothing else to do here. Should I leave? Hold on. Let me smash my face against the sides of these. Okay. Let's go.
It's only been a few days, but it feels like forever. Once again, we've proved there's nothing we can't overcome. We're just that awesome.
Well, I didn't even break a sweat.
Wow, you sound even more confident than usual. Guess you really have become stronger. Today sure went by fast. It's night already. Oh wait, that reminds Paimon. The stars you mentioned. The ones that died out? Are they back now?
Yes. The power Skofnunger stole has been returned. So, the stars have regained their light.
Great! Huh, it's crazy that you even noticed their light was gone. There are so many stars in the sky. If a few disappeared, Paimon definitely wouldn't be able to tell.
I suppose it's because I have gazed upon this sky for centuries. The false stars, hanging in the meticulously planned sky, glittering with rotten light. It's not real. And yet, it is for that very reason that I can look upon it and enjoy the momentary peace it brings.
I'd like to see what's up there.
Even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst. We will return to the real universe one day, whether of our own volition or not. Time marches ever forward. Even the innocent and naive will taste life's bitterness. Yet through hardship, we grow, until we learn to seize the sands of time for ourselves, and uncover our true strength. Though we gaze upon a false sky, its vastness and majesty is palpable. One can only wonder, what is it going to take for kindness to reign supreme in the vast expanse of the universe?
Ugh, This is all going over Paimon's head. But if she knows one thing, it's that the Traveler always finds a way.
The music.
Ever since we met, she has filled Paimon's days with happiness. No matter how tough things get, she always finds a way to make it better. If it's too big a job for one person, then we'll do it with two. And if two's still not enough, then three. We've met so many amazing friends and accomplished so many amazing things. As long as we don't give up, we can make any wish come true.
I suppose when it comes to you, anything is possible. Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions, I need more practice to get used to it.
So, when will we meet again?
I suppose fate will decide. Maybe we'll bump into each other on the street. Or maybe we'll reunite on a different planet entirely. Regardless, reunions and partings are but passing moments. More than anything, I hope that, at the end of this journey, wherever it takes us, we stand in a world reborn. One without war, pain, or forced partings. One where new life can bloom, even where there was once nothing but scorched earth. For this, we must all work to become stronger.
Of course. Master.
If that's what you want to call me, I won't object. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Is it just Paimon, or is she being nicer than before? We definitely count as friends after all that, don't you think? Hey, what do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow, we can continue our journey. Oh, and since Paimon treated you to that super nice meal at Wanmin Restaurant, it's about time you returned the favor.
Oh, Skirk Sensei! Also, I've gotten more used to the new Paimon. Me too. I think they toned it down at the end of this quest because she sounds less airy. Oh. Oh! She gave us her, a model of an instrument based on the one Skirk gifted you. Oh! Look at that. That's cool. Training review. Oh, okay. Thank God. I thought I was going to lose it. Okay, so that's in my... This is in here now, assuming. The Dream Mirror Remnant. Skirk infiltrated your dreams. Use this crystal to once revisit certain things that happened back then. Oh. And they have little descriptions. What scenery awaits far above the sky at Twixt the universe? Flames consume the nest, the hatchlings unable to fly, flesh and matter reduced to ash. Broken limbs, a shattered frame, the stars shine dimly as sorrow and joy of the ground away. Fledgling wings by cobwebs ever bound, a new journey forged in the shadows of the past. Those who are lost, and now those far from home, do they share a common solitude? And you can full zoom it and it becomes animated. That's cool. What about the other one? There we go. Revisiting these records can still yield valuable insights. Right, got that thing. Lingering Euphonia. Wait a minute. Oh shit! You can actually play with it. Oh my god, Sunway's gonna be incredible. Sunway is gonna fucking want to play this quest now. Oh, it even like gives you like... Oh! Okay, sick. All right. All right.
Whenever I get to take a break, I always want a snack. I got some candy, fruit, and jerky. You want some?
All right. So we have that. We're done. We got mats. And we got one pole. And it doesn't amount to anything because she fucking fucked off. God damn it. Oh well. I'll figure it out. Alright, well, I guess that's it. We did it. We did it, Reddit. Yeah, I 100% enjoyed this quest more than the actual Archon one. It was the same length, but it was a lot more interesting. Although, again, I can understand why you had gripes with her in regards to
Most things in life.
killing off the whole uniqueness of Genshin's universe, but I still want to see what they want to do with it. So, I don't know.
Surprise baptism.
Anyway, I think that calls it. I'm good. I've been streaming for about 3.5 hours, and that's with uninterrupted gameplay, I think. So this quest is only. Oh, before I do that, let me go to the travel log. We need to listen to Sartology in Chinese. Dahlia's English VA grew on me mainly because like they're like a venti light, in which that like I don't know how else to say it, but me and Sunway were discussing this yesterday. He says that it reminds him of that tier list in Zenless where it's like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 rage baiter. He feels like Dahlia is like a tier 1 rage baiter. And so like Dahlia is supposed to be like Venti Light, in which that they take the same like approach and also like the whole like teasing thing. So I feel like perhaps it's not actually that unfitting. Also, Dahlia is voiced by the same person who does English Misha in HSR, by the way. Okay, let's take a listen to Skofnunga along with Sartology here. It's just like right here.
我却在这个过程中掉队了。我的天赋与他相比，不值一提。不知从什么时候开始，他远远地走在我前面。我甚至无言在找他对练。尸变成功后，索尔特洛奇找到我，对我说：“
这颗星球上已经没有我感兴趣的东西，我就要离开了。在那之前，要不要我用刚刚练就的力量，帮你打破不死诅咒？虽然我们曾竭尽全力避免你的死亡，但若是陷入不死，那就是另一种痛苦了。
算了，不死对我来说也挺好的。无限的生命，意味着我能不断地变强。也
那当然，不是了不起的人，有资格做我的徒弟吗？
你还是和以前一样自信。不过嘛，倒也确实如此。
走了。另外，如果你真的执意变强，原始胎海有我留给你的礼物。还是那句话，想走什么路随你喜欢。 恶人有恶人的自由。
Alright. He's speaking Mandarin, yes. Chinese is usually referred to as Mandarin. Or Mandarin is referred to as Chinese. Ever since the Cantonese thing was Zenless, I've been more specific. Zenless is specifically, yes, they have Canto in as is masked as a dialect there. So if you, I actually, because my parents speak Canto, so absolutely they botched the English Canto, lol. But obviously, being a Chinese game, they knew how to speak Canto properly. My mom actually detected a small accent from both the ship captain and Yishuan, and she says that they're from Hong Kong. So anyway, I think if actually let me listen to this in JP then. Does it? Do they do the same thing? Because if it's in JP and they do the same thing where Sotology and sounds just like some dude, it might be intentional. Let's take a listen. Also, I haven't heard Skirk before in Japanese, so let's take a listen. Let's take a listen. Hold on.
聞かせてくれないか、お前のこと、そして師匠のことを。
ああ、まだ理性があるうちに話しておこう。あれは遥か昔のことだ。私はカーン・ルイヤの貴族で一族の長男だった。爵位を継ぐ資格を持っていたが、幼い頃に不治の病にかかったことで誰も私に期待を寄せていなかった。それでも私は剣の修行に励み、同世代の者たちを次々と打ち負かした。しかしそんな努力は何の意味もなさなかった。周囲の目は変わらず、そこにあ。
Yeah, why does he sound like that? I don't know. Let's take a listen to Sotology.
俺たちはお前の死を退けるため力を尽くしてきた。だが不死となればまた別の苦しみが伴う。俺はもうこの星の全てに興味を失った。そろそろ離れるつもりだ。その前に得たばかりの力でお前の不死の呪いを解いてやろう。俺たちはお前の。
Okay. Okay, so they casted. So they casted him and with a deeper voice, and that definitely makes it sound better. In terms of how they speak, though, like how they convey the emotion, it's actually the same, at least more or less. So I think it's intentional in terms of the performance. Because the performance makes it seem like, even though Sotology has like transcended all this stuff and is in the pursuit of doing all this and constantly becoming like this massive threat, or not massive threat, but just this all-encompassing power. The way that he speaks so like nonchalantly, kind of, in this kind of fashion, makes it seem like he just kind of. Hold on. Why don't we go to Heart and Mind instead? Let's see.
It's 恐怖こそ人類が進化する秘訣だ。お前は喪失を知っている。骨の髄まで染み渡る恐怖をその身に刻んでいる。 だが危険を避け利を取ろうとするのは全ての生物が持つ本能だ。
なぜそのようなことを？
何かあればアビスを通じて伝えろ。だが俺はいつかお前が積み重ねてきたものを灰にする。お前の記憶の奥深くにある消えない災いと同じようにな。
Okay. The five sinners seem to each represent a different thing. Velfalner represents fate and divining, while Sarology seems to represent power and strength, and only that, perhaps, to its rawest definition. Let's see. Let's see how it's said here. Okay. Here as well. Heart and mind, right? No. It's... Okay. Or is it here? Where was I? Hold on. I was in... Okay, I was in Heart and Mind. Check up on Skirk. Okay. And then... Here we go.
我们人可以通过深渊相互联系，但未来某一天，我会将你辛苦重建的一切化为灰烬，就像你记忆深处从未消失的那场灾祸。
为什么要这么做？
我说过，恐惧是人类得以进化的秘密。你品尝过失去的滋味，你明白什么是刻入骨髓的恐惧。但是，任何生物都有趋利避害的本能。总有一天，痛苦会趋于寡淡，恐惧会变得无味。
It's okay, so there's definitely a difference between how he talked with his friend versus with Skirk. Yeah, he really pitched his voice down for this one, talking as master to disciple. And then he was very like nonchalant when talking with Skofnunga. Skofnunga. Okay. I will say though, yeah, I do prefer if they casted him better. Like with like English was definitely the worst in terms of casting. But I don't know if that's supposed to be like an intentional thing. But JP definitely takes the casting for sure. I'm still upset with his character, but it's not as bad as before. Okay. Let me
记得巩固这次的训练成果。再见。
再见了。
为此，我们都要努力变得更强。
I actually wonder who voices her. Hold on. Can I tell? Oh right, I forgot. I'm retarded. Shriek, who is literally everywhere. Skirk, Kuching, and Gaming are all the same fucking VA. At least, at the very least, he hasn't disappointed in terms of power and savagery. So I'm not completely upset. And Skirk's, like, interpretation of what he wants to do as a final battle, honestly, I think it's pretty cool. Fucking, I'm at 44 polls, right? So I need at least 30. Between you and me, I still have complaints about Skirk's design, especially her other outfit, but I'm gonna keep silent on that for now. I'm like whatever on it. I think it's like pretty. I think it's pretty, but I'm just kind of like, you know, because like the design details in which how things are rendered and what things are translucent and whatnot, and the way that things change and the way things that change on her body, like her little accessories and also part of her body, like little wings in the back and everything, the way that they change and are all dynamic, I think is very cool. It's a very modern design compared to what we had 5 years ago, because like, I mean, this is in terms of what do you call it? Not the Shogun. Let me grab some of them just like very plain. Can I sort by year? No, I can't. I don't know. I can't fucking... Not the theme of it, just the actual execution. I had this complaint when we first saw her, so good to see I haven't changed, lol. Fair enough.
浮世景色百千年依旧，人之在世却如白露与泡影，虚无。
I do want to get to work on her teapot, but I don't have the funds to do so. Although I do need to chase a couple things for... I do need to chase a couple people for OBAC soon at the end of this month. Free party. Just me. Anyways, my issue with Sorology is that he's kind of an asshole. Yeah, he's the ultimate strength, where he wants someone to challenge him, but he's also evil in general, but he didn't come off as an evil sinner who was an ultimate antagonist. He just came off as an asshole. I'd say, like... I mean... He did come off as an asshole because it's one of those stereotypes where, like... He comes off as one because, oh, I'm, like... You must know... He's one of those people who... I feel like he was one word away from saying stuff like, you will never experience true pain until you go through true pain, or some shit like that. Like, he's like, he's I feel like he's one of those people who he'll actually say something like, you'll never, what do you call it, you think you've experienced this, well, damn, man. It's like, and also a groomer? What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, not actually that false, actually, now that I think about it. But then again, he was saving the last person of a race. I think this stems from me not liking Skirk's story in general. The whole "you can never feel joy because I'll make you weak until taken from you" just thing blew past me. So Sir Luigi came off as an asshole and a groomer rather than an endgame villain. There we go. Word a lot better. Yeah, I mean, it does sort of match up with like how's it going, I guess, because the whole Skirk's kind of character, or at least the internal struggle, has been done a lot. Let's be real, right? Like, we've got a lot of things a whole, like these stone cold, no emotion, only reason kind of characters breaking through because we're reintroduced to emotion, right? Like, I totally get it. So it's weird because if it done better, I would have sympathized completely with it. I felt similar. Yeah, I feel you. It wasn't like the best telling of that sort of thing, but I will say it's not like the worst. So, I don't know. It seems alright, but like, it's not 100% the way I would have wanted it to be. But, like, I guess they had to sort of play into it with this character anyway. So, who knows? I don't know. Either way, it just kind of... It is what it is, I guess. Oh. We'll just keep going, I guess. I'll probably try to get her by the end of this, what do you call it? End of this week. And then I've been meaning to do some stuff anyway. So, big whoop. So I should be at like 67, I think, right now. So I'll consider it good. Let me see. Do I actually have a thingamajigger? I do. It's interesting because I've like... I have, up until this point, until yesterday, I didn't hit up any of these two. Yesterday was this one, but I bought something on a discount, so I managed to get this top up for only 40 bucks. And then, I'm not going to drop the hundo, though. So. I'm trying to figure out, what are those guys doing? Oh, right, I forgot. I'm going to mark this spot as Skirk's spot. Skirk spot, and then I'll beep boop that and consider it done, and I think we're good. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. I'll post some screenshots that I had in Genshin and Mobage, and I'm gonna take care of the rest of my responsibilities for today. GG's.